training tonight, we are going to talk about referrals and utilizing your time a little bit more wisely by getting referrals at your appointments. So Emily is going to start us out with how to actually get the referrals at the party.
Okay, ladies, we gotta have a talk, okay? And gentlemen, because we have gentlemen too. Um, so here's the deal, you guys. We've done some different things with the referrals, and we're going back to what we used to do. So if you haven't gotten that memo yet, get the memo because we kind of switched for a while to getting less quantity of referrals and doing this everyday heroes thing. And I've just found over time, you do something long enough and you just decide, you know what, that just kind of takes a long time at parties. And I miss having the quantity of leads that we used to get and whatnot. So I'm going back to what we used to do because it still works. And so I just want you to imagine that when you go and do an appointment, that every party or appointment or interaction that you have with someone, that you're leaving with exponential amounts of leads from those appointments. So let's say you do, how many of you would like to do a party of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a party of 7 and leave with 69 referrals? How many of you would like that? To have 16 or 70 leads from a party of 7, right? Yes, I know exactly, right? Because think of all of the just time and energy that is spent into bridal fairs and lead generating, and those things are all good. They're not bad things, but the point of those things is to get our business started so that then, we can go and do those appointments and get more business from referrals. And just to kind of like clear your mind about referrals, the company did research on this a while ago, and they found that something like 80% of people are ready to refer their friends to us. And so we just have to ask. So the first thing is you're going to need to have profile cards printed off, right? Like these are on our emilyschutte.com website. So when you go and do an appointment with someone, they fill out the little, their information. And then on the back is the spot for the referrals. Okay, so I'll give you a blank one. Well, this one's not blank. Shoot. Okay, none of these are blank. I have a lot of referrals sitting on my desk that I haven't done anything with. Here's one that's blank. So this is what the back looks like. And you can print this on white paper. You can print it on whatever. Okay, so this is the first thing. So the first thing is to get your mindset right about referrals, and just it's best to just go in assuming that people are ready to refer their friends, because honestly, if you don't think a lot about it, they don't think a lot about it. The reason you're not getting a lot of referrals is because you think too much about it. You're thinking, what are they thinking? You're thinking, what am I thinking about what they're thinking? And if you just stop thinking and just do this, you're going to leave your parties with 70, 80, 90, 100 referrals. Like it's literally you. You're the problem, it's you. I'm just going to be honest because it's not hard to get referrals. So get your mindset right is the first thing. And then the second thing is, okay, this is really important when you're doing the appointment. You have to create a spirit of competition. Okay. So before I even say, and you guys, I never say things like, oh, we're going to play a referral game now. Okay. So when it's the point in the appointment or the beauty session or whatever kind of a, virtual thing or whatever thing you're doing, I don't say, okay, we're going to play a referral game. Okay. Because people might put a wall up because they don't quite know what you're about to ask. I say, okay, we're going to do a game for free stuff. You're going to need your cell phone. Okay, so it's like we went from we were just trying on some products to okay, now we're gonna play this game, but you're gonna use your cell phone and there's free stuff involved. And they literally will get up from the table and scatter like no one has ever seen before. And they're all like tripping over each other trying to get to their cell phone. So now they're back at the table or on the Zoom and they have their cell phone. I say, okay, we're gonna play a game and you can only play it if you like me. And I always wink at them. Because again, I'm creating a spirit of competition and I make sure to say, don't start yet though. Okay. I'm going to say go. So if you start, you're cheating. So no cheating. And then I'll say, okay, on the other side of your purple or pink or whatever white profile card, there is a spot. It says refer your friends, family, or everyday heroes. Now I want to share this with you guys. So on our team website, okay, so everything you need for this is here. So if you go to our team website and you click on consultant education, it brings you here. And if you just scroll right down, I updated some of our party materials on the website, but if you click on this full circle party guide, this literally has everything you need to hold a great in-person appointment, like the outline of how the appointment should go. So you can see here under number 7, I usually do put a satin lip mask on them and then we do this referral game. It's got what do you do for the opening of it? What do how do you make a great eye story? What do you say at the table? What do you say when you meet with them one-on-one? But here's the referral game. Okay, so again, just exactly what I said. All right, grab your phones. We're gonna do a quick game and there's a prize. And then I say, you can only play this game if you like me. And then how many of you have ever seen a Mary Kay commercial on TV or, in a magazine or whatever? And then I just give them a second. And usually they're like, oh, yeah, I saw one on TV yesterday. I'm like, no, you didn't because we're not on TV. But you know what I'm saying? They think that they did. And I just say, we actually don't advertise a lot in Mary Kay because Mary Kay really believed in that like personalized service. In fact, she had a fun like old school joke that was telegram, telephone, telewoman. And so on the back of your profile card is this fun little fabulous game. And I'm gonna give you 3 minutes because we don't advertise a lot. We work a lot based on referrals. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to think of anyone you know who you think is overworked, underpampered, and underappreciated and could use some pampering with Mary Kay. Don't write yet. Okay, so if someone's writing, I like Brianna's cheating, right? Like you got to create this like competition. And I say, you guys, here's the deal. Like I text or call your friends and I offer them a pampering beauty session and a gift card, either virtual or in person. And if they want it, I'm super excited. And if not, I'm with Mary Kay, not Scary Kay. And just so um, even if people aren't interested in the pampering or the treatments or however you want to word that, most people are like, oh my gosh, that was incredibly cool of her to think of me. Okay, so before we start, just a couple of rules. You can use your phone. It isn't cheating. That's why I had you get your phones. You have to be 18 years or older and they can't be in this room, but they can be from anywhere because I work virtually. And you only have to write their first name because if you write their last name, you're not going to win. Okay, so again, I'm building this anticipation of this is a speed competition. Okay, so is everybody ready? And then Kate's going to go into this a little bit, but I say you can put as many or as few as you want, but if you fill the card, you're going to get fill in the blank. So I give them something. So Kate's going to go into that in a second, and then this is the key. This is the key. Okay, so again, your mindset and this next piece are the two things. You have to say, ready, get set, go. And they start like, so they start writing really, really fast. And you guys, this is how you're going to walk out of parties with sheets and sheets and sheets of referrals filled with people because you're not thinking too much about it. And they're not thinking too much about it because you're not thinking too much about it. So, Kate, take it away. I know you've got some ideas on the incentive and on what to do when you say go.
Yeah, and so I want to repeat this part is the key to getting referrals is honestly the excitement because there have been days where I'm like just, you're just kind of focused on the party and doing one thing after another, but like your excitement is what gets them excited. So like you really have to believe in it and not overthink it and make it seem like this is normal. Everybody fills up their card, like because people do. And so don't overthink it. It's a completely normal thing for them to be writing down their friends. So if you like second guess it and overthink it, that's going to portray to them and you're not going to get the referrals. Um, but I always say like, who likes free stuff? If it's free, it's for me. And I've tried a lot of different things with doing the referral game, and this has been probably the most cost effective way that I've been doing it lately. Um, is I started this probably a year ago, and I do this with my marketing game and with referrals. So every month do I do a drawing. I put all the names in the wheel of names for everybody that I've met, and they get an entry if they give me a referral. So for every name they give, they get entered into my drawing. And then, like, when I do my marketing game, they give themselves little tallies and they get into my drawing for that. And I don't tell them what it is. I just say, like, I do a monthly drawing for all the women that I've met, and you get happy mail from me. And sometimes it's like a sample of hydrogel eye patches. Sometimes it's a hand cream. But just telling them, like, for every name that you give, you get entered into my drawing because I get it. Not everybody knows and feels comfortable putting down 10 names, but like that makes everybody excited, even if they put down one name. And so that's how I've been winding up with fewer cards with no names. But how I get them excited for filling up their card, Emily talked about an incentive. It does not have to be a big incentive. I used to do a mascara, used to do a lip gloss. Um, but right now I am doing a hydrating sheet mask that we had on special from the company, I think last year. But it doesn't have to be big. Do like an eyeshadow, or if you have some of the mini masks, any old limited edition product, it doesn't have to be an expensive product. I do suggest doing section one products versus samples, just because that's going to help your retail and help, like, if you're going for Princess Court or Court of Sales. Um, but that's another thing. Like, don't overthink it, and people will fill up their cards for it. So whatever you have on your shelf that you have a lot of, that's not expensive. Like,
Hey, Kate,
I
can I
went,
share what I do too?
yeah,
That I forgot about this part. So what I do is I say you can write down as many or as few as you want. Um, Anyone who fills the card is going to get a guaranteed prize. And I always say I like guaranteed prizes because I'm really competitive. So guaranteed prize is like it could be a purse-size hand cream or one of the sheet masks, like Kate said. But I always say the first person who finishes it gets, and this is where you could do a limited edition product or the mascara. I usually do a free mascara because it's just like easy. They can pick any mascara out of the catalog, but you want to do something for whoever fills it first gets that, but then anyone who fills it. So that's all.
yeah. So don't overthink it. Like, just whatever you get excited about, they're going to get excited about. And I used to like wrap up things nice and cute and like set it in the center of the table. I don't even do that because I forget it. Or I forget to throw an extra one in my bag. And so whatever my prize is, I keep it in the car. If I forget to pack something, that's when I'll do like, oh, you get a free eyeshadow. They don't get to pick their color. I just like give them one that I know will look good. But just giving them that incentive and making it easy for you, I think is really key. And then I know a few of you were talking about it in the chat, is to kind of take the pressure off of you while they're doing the referral game, leave the room. Like, I always say, oh, I'm going to take this time to kind of transition over into the next part of our party. But and then I ask the hostess, can I use your bathroom quick? Take your time. Because when you leave the room, that's when they start talking and they're like, oh, did you put down this person? Did you put down this person? And, and you don't get in your head too if they're not writing down names, or if they are writing down names, and you're not distracting them either. So don't use this time to be foundation matching. Don't use this time to start asking somebody, their whole childhood story, because you're wanting them to focus on writing down the referrals. So do not be a distraction, especially if you are a talker. Leave the room and go sit in the bathroom, fix your lipstick, like, do whatever, take your time, but remove yourself from the room. And that helps you from getting too much in your head during the referral game. Um, and then, like, if I come back from the bathroom and somebody is clearly like done writing, that's when you can kind of start, getting your stuff out for the color or your next part of the party. But yeah, still try not to like be that distraction. You want them to keep writing and giving the referrals. Because as soon as like you start moving on to the next part of the party or like setting too many things up, then they take that as a cue of, oh, we're done with this. What are we doing next? Like they have a squirrel moment and they're like, oh, okay, what are we doing next? They forget that they're supposed to be writing down referrals. So yeah, I am going to switch it over to Anna then. And what do you do when you actually get the referrals and you get home with them?
Okay, so my biggest tip on what to do when you get home. So, especially if parties on the weekend, every Monday I go through and I organize all of my profile cards. So I mean, this is one of the steps, but I always take my profile cards, put everybody in touch, all of that, and then type all of my referrals into a spreadsheet because, as you all know, like totally with the spreadsheet. So, um, like this is my spreadsheet. So I have it by month, so you can see here on the bottom. So like, for the year, just so that I can keep track of it. So each month I put them on here, and then I can space them out that way. So especially if you're using Project Broadcast, it's easier to have everyone typed up and then save it, upload it right into Project Broadcast. And then I'll just like save it as a tag for that month for my referrals. So definitely having a way to organize it. If you are using paper and you're not on Project Broadcast, I would even say, taking them and I mean, even typing them up on there and then printing it if you can is really easy. I like using spreadsheets because you can save it and take it with you anywhere. Oh, yes. And Project Broadcast for the new people, it is a way to text customers. So you're using a phone number that's not your personal number. And it makes it really easy because you can make groups and send out messages to people really easily there. If you're new and you're still just using your cell phone or you're not on one of the texting systems, um, okay, Emily says also using Mighty Text too. So you can use one of those systems or you can use your personal phone. If you're using your personal phone, you still want to have a way to keep everything organized. So I still like the idea of putting it in a spreadsheet because you can print that and you can, if you want to, or if you want a paper copy, or if you want to just use it on your computer or phone, then you can highlight on there. If you wanted to put them all in a notebook, have a way to organize them so you know what you're working with, is my biggest tip for that. So once they're organized, then I I do use Project Broadcast. The other option. So then I have referral texts that I use. So I actually went through the other day and I realized that I had two different versions of referral text. So I put everything in a Google Doc, and I'll share this in the Facebook group later when I share my eyeshadow page, so you can actually look at this. So my tips are you might not get a response right away, so you'll for sure want to make sure you send all four texts. I usually spread them out 3 to 4 days. If you are using Project Broadcast, there's an option called a campaign. So with the campaign, you put in each message and it automatically sends it out for you. And I can show you how that looks too. And then keeping track of who responds and who doesn't. So again, you can use your paper or spreadsheet. And then my text. So in text, my first text, which would be day one, I say hi, and then their first name. This is going to seem super random, but my name is Anna. I teach skincare and makeup with Mary Kay, and we both know. So this is where you fill in the blank of the person who gave the referrals. She did a pore cleansing skincare beauty sesh with me and had the opportunity to gift a free session to a couple of her favorite people. And you are one of them. Promise her I'd reach out to you. Do you prefer a text or a call with the details? So this one I sent this out last week and I got more responses, I feel like, on referrals than I have in quite some time when I went back and rechanged my system because I don't remember what I was saying exactly before that. But when it says, do you want a phone call or a text? I actually did have several people that they wanted me to call them. So it was really nice because I got those responses right away. I was actually able to last Wednesday book a party for Saturday. So, oh yeah, I got new bookings from this as well. So send that. Then a few days later, and depending on when I send the first one, I always look to see when the weekend falls. So since it was Wednesday, did that send that Saturday, and then I spread it out. So I was just kind of like to have an idea of in my head when these are going out. But text two. Hi, it's Anna, or hi, first name. It's Anna with Mary Kay again. Wasn't sure if you got my message about the beauty sesh. The referral referred them to. My phone has been a little extra special lately, and people haven't been getting my messages. Can I text, or I can text details if you'd like. Thanks. I actually did have someone today respond back to this and said, "Oh, I did get your message. I'm sorry that your phone has been messed up, but I did get it, and here's what I think about it." So I actually thought that was a true thing. Anyway, so then the third text. About a week later, it's Anna with Mary Kay. Thought I would send the details on the beauty sesh that they referred you to in case it sounded scary in my first text. And with a winky face, kind of funny. It's casual, laid back, and includes a hydrogel eye patch treatment, pore cleansing skincare, and a soothing hand and lip treatment. If you can have up to 8 ladies join in, most prefer that I come to them to make it fun, relaxing girls' night. It also includes a half price shopping spree of products up to $75. Does that sound like something you'd enjoy? If so, dates are in the picture. Again, like all booking that we do, send a picture with your dates that you have available. And then the last one, okay, so apologize if I'm driving you crazy. I know how busy life gets. I wasn't sure if you were excited about the pampering mask session and half price shopping spree. You can share with up to 8 friends for that such and so gifted you. Here are my dates again. Can you reply back and let me know A, not interested, B, interested, but getting friends to pick a date is like herding cats, or C, this date works for me. Thanks so much. And then also on here, I have what you can say if any of those are like, what is it? Can you give me more details? So you can text that too. So again, I'll share this whole link in Facebook group so you can copy and paste those out of there. It's pretty much similar to all of the other texting that we do. You have the 4, introduce yourself, see if they actually got your message, tell them what it is, and then the last one, the A, B, C or choices, or A, B, or C choices. So actually use these texts. And again, don't overthink the text. I'll post it in the group, copy and paste it. Is that simple? Copy and paste it. And like I said, I've gotten more responses lately than I have in quite some time. And so I think people, especially with the holidays, people are excited about this too. So
Yay, Anna, thank you. This is so great. I love it.
Thank you,
Um,
Anna.
oh yeah, and I did want to say too, so on our team website, just to show you where to find this stuff again. So the Full Circle Party Guide has the full like referral game script that you say at the party. So if you're like, oh my gosh, Emily, you can just rattle that off. Well, just print this off and take it with you, okay? And like read it if you need to. And just remember, like make notes on this. Like, okay, create the competition, create the fun, create the excitement about it. So that's one thing. And then the other place, the booking guide does have our referral script, which is almost identical to what what Anna had just said. So you can, take that out of here too, or get it from Anna's document, but it does have it all laid out here for you too. If you don't have Project Broadcast, you don't have, I mean, if you don't want to take the time to type them up, one thing that I used to do is I would two-sided tape it into a notebook like this so that I have the name and then I can write notes over here about people as I'm booking them. You could call through each name. You could text each one individually. There's a program called Mighty Text, or if you have Windows on your computer, you can actually link your phone right to your computer for free and text through your computer. So I would recommend that if you have a computer, it's a lot easier than, or you can go old school and just plug them in, like Anna said, one by one. But yeah, each page is a different referral card. So if you want to make notes, so that's just like another option if you're, not wanting to go super high tech or you don't like typing things out or whatever, you can just do it. I mean, back in my day when I started Mary Kay, we didn't have all this fancy stuff, so that's how we did it, right? We just like took the cards, had the cards with us, and just booked people, right? So it's a little more to keep track of that way, but it's definitely a viable option for all the things. So does anyone have any quick questions? And then we're going to end with something fun, but does anyone have any questions?